Okay guys, this is the follow-up to the video I posted asking for people to guess the length of this stick. I'm just going to hit record on the P900, so that's that. It's all set up again. I obviously needed good weather and I've been busy for a couple of weeks, so this is a bit delayed. But anyway, you can see the stick set up. I'm recording it live on the P900. So now you can see obviously still it looks really short, it looks very bowed. Now I'm going to show you the actual length of it and how it looks. So, you may have noticed that there was a label at the end of the stick in the first picture, which you can see there, and I'll show you that properly in a minute. But the stick from above obviously doesn't look curved, which is strangely something that some people don't understand. As you can see, the stick is quite a fair length. It's nowhere near as short as it looks when it's zoomed in through the P900. And then, if I come down here and get level with it, it doesn't look especially curved along its length. Now obviously there's gaps that make it appear worse because of the uneven paving stones, but if you adjust the actual stick itself, when you don't have those gaps to exaggerate, it doesn't look especially curved, nothing like it does through the viewfinder of the P900. And you can see here the actual length of it. 2,400 millimeters, so it's almost 2.5 meters long. Now let's go back to the P900. Just remind ourselves what it looks like with lens compression when it's viewed at an oblique angle and zoomed in. A very slight bend on a 2.5 meter long stick. It exaggerates the view of the curve and compresses its length drastically, so it creates a very false impression of just how short and how bent or curved the stick is, which is just the same as with Lake Pontchartrain, which is part of the reason for doing this video. I'm just going to stop the P900. Right, so the thing about Pontchartrain is it's 24 miles long, the Causeway Bridge, and this stick is 2,400 millimeters or 240 centimeters, etc. So in a sense it's a scale length, and you can see how easy it was to create that false impression of a very short and drastically humped stick out of something that's actually pretty long and only got a very shallow curve in it. And this is something that people don't seem to be understanding about Lake Pontchartrain, is that it's the exact same thing, just on a larger scale. There's 24 miles of bridge, but it's being compressed across a couple of degrees through the viewfinder of the P900, viewed at the same kind of angle as we've just done with the stick. And of course any very slight curve or hump in it becomes extremely exaggerated, and this is all due to the lens compression that's taking place through the camera as it's zoomed in. So all the people that complain about Soundleaf faking his footage and saying that we'd be living on a basketball, they're misunderstanding a very, very simple optical effect that happens with every camera. Any camera with a decent zoom, you can do this and you can see how it looks. So what you're actually seeing is a very shallow curve. It's let me see, probably about, what is it, 24 miles. about a third of a degree, something like that. But when you do it this way, the curve looks much, much steeper. And that's why Soundly takes his photographs the way he does in his videos, because that's the whole point, is to use this effect to show you in a more exaggerated fashion that the curve is actually there. There's no trickery involved, it's just lens compression. Alright, cheers.